What explains the delay in the Supreme Court issuing a ruling on Trump's immunity claim? All right, well, let's have one of you experts first of all explain what is the immunity claim. This is one of his 4 trials that he was supposed to have before the election took place. Don't get me started on that because I go off on that every week. They should have done this. They had all the time in the world. Merrick Garland, another useless apparatchik from the Democratic Party who couldn't get it done. The immunity claim. This is the one where Trump is claiming that you can't put me on trial for anything because as president, I can basically do anything, including kill people. Mm-hmm. Right?
I had immunity.
And it's 114 days, I read, that the Supreme Court has had this.
Let's dive into the latest episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, where former Congressman Adam Kinzinger and ex-Governor Andrew Cuomo didn't hold back. No fluff, no filters. They called out what they see as a dangerously sluggish and increasingly politicized legal system. More than 100 days without a major ruling. That's not just poor time management, it's a red flag for public trust. According to them, the delays in high-stakes cases, especially surrounding Trump's presidential immunity claim, are sending a loud and clear message. Politics might be steering the justice system. And in a country built on law and order, that message could not come at a worse moment.
Wait, and you do it at the end of a term because, abortion's been a certain policy for 50 years. This is a time of the essence, and somebody is trying to delay. That said, even if it comes out next week, there is still, Judge Chuckin gave 88 days until the trial started. I could see her still starting the trial in September. Donald Trump will say it's too close to the election, and she'll say, you're the one that appealed. I was ready to go at the beginning of the year. So I still think it's possible that this goes.
Yeah, but what's scary about this, from my point of view, the trials in New York, you had Florida, Georgia, and 2 in New York. The 2 trials in New York, New Yorkers said, 66% said the justice system is politicized. And there's nobody in New York who likes Trump. And still,
But this wasn't just a Trump-centric segment. Cuomo and Kinzinger expanded the conversation to a wider, more alarming trend. Americans are starting to believe that the courtroom is just another political battlefield. And whether or not that's true, perception matters. People are losing faith in the impartiality of our institutions. Instead of resolving conflict, legal showdowns are becoming fuel for political warfare. These cases are now treated as campaign tools, headlines are weaponized, and both parties are guilty of using indictments as marketing strategies. What was once rare is now routine, and that normalization is tearing at the seams of national unity.
Because they believe it is political. And you want to talk about a threat to democracy. When you have this country believing you're playing politics with the justice system, and you're trying to put people in jail or convict them for political reasons, then we have...
Sure, Trump's outsider under attack narrative has been politically effective, but Maher's panel raised a deeper question. What happens if that strategy backfires? If independent voters start tuning out the drama, or if convictions actually land, the momentum could shift fast. This wasn't just about one man's fate. It was about the bigger picture. How much damage is being done to public confidence in the justice system? Trump's ability to dominate the headlines has always been his superpower, but it comes with a price. The more he's in the spotlight, the harder it becomes to separate campaign buzz from courtroom reality. If the public ever sees his legal troubles not as a political witch hunt but as legitimate consequences, that shift could redefine everything, including the future of his movement.
Was the greatest fundraising bonanza
Yes.
ever. He was lagging behind Biden, and now he's pulled quite a bit ahead. That trial was the greatest reason people had to send their checks for $5, $10, $25, whatever dollars to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, it's a Hobson's choice always with him, because he's always guilty.
Yeah.
It's not like he's not guilty of any of these crimes, but the repercussions might be worse. I mean, this is something politicians always had to face. Remember when Obama came to office? They were like, how can you not put those people in jail, those Wall Street people? And Obama was like, yeah, that would feel good, and it is the right thing to do, but it's also more the wrong thing to do because it'll tank the whole economy. Those are the kind of tough decisions that you have to make. So I was always with you on the one in New York, the hush money trial. I don't think they should have brought that one. It was just always going to look like a sex case, and people were always just going to look at it that way. So anyway,
That case, the Attorney General's case in New York, frankly, should have never been brought. And if his name was not Donald Trump, and if he wasn't running for president from the former AG in New York, I'm telling you, that case would have never been brought. And that's what is offensive to people. And it should be. Because if there's anything left, it's belief in the justice system.
just heard the one about trying to overthrow the government of the United States. That's the main thing. It's trying to overthrow the government of the United States. And now we're going